You open your eyes for the first time in an America that doesn't look like America anymore. Rain falls, but it's not normal rain. It ages everything it touches in seconds. Grass withers, metal rusts, wood crumbles into splinters right in front of you, and somewhere out there, an entire country has been torn apart by something called the Death Stranding, an event that ripped a hole between the world of the living and the world of the dead, killed off most of civilization, and left the survivors scattered into disconnected pockets that barely trust each other anymore. You're not Sam Porter Bridges. You don't have a legendary reputation, a president for a boss, or a baby in a pod strapped to your chest that can sense monsters before they find you. You're just a porter, nobody special. You've got a contract, a delivery schedule, and a truck full of somebody else's problems. None of which you're allowed to open, no matter how badly you want to know why someone paid this much to move a box across a mountain. Your job is deceptively simple. Move cargo from one isolated settlement to the next. But nothing about this country makes that easy. Most of the road network collapsed decades ago, swallowed by landslides and unusable terrain, so most of your deliveries are done on foot, hauling packages strapped to a frame on your back that can weigh more than you do. Every step is a balancing act. Lean too far forward, you faceplant into a rock. Lean too far back, you slide down a hillside with your cargo scattering behind you like a busted piñata. You learn fast that a single ankle injury out here, with no medic on call and no help coming, can turn a 2-day delivery into a slow, cold death in a ravine nobody will ever find you in. There's no GPS voice telling you which way to go. No highway signs. Just rocky slopes, rivers you have to wade through with your legs shaking against the current, and the occasional rope or ladder some other exhausted porter left behind out of pure decency. You learn to read terrain like a language, because the wrong footing on a wet rock isn't just an inconvenience. It's a sprained knee, 2 days from anyone who could help you. And when you finally do stagger into a way station, soaked and starving, the reward isn't a parade. It's a shower you have to ration, a bed you share with the smell of your own sweat, and maybe, if you're lucky, a stranger passing through who nods at you instead of eyeing your cargo like a meal. Then there's the rain. Timefall doesn't just soak you. It ages whatever it touches at wildly accelerated rates. Your cargo, if unprotected, can decay to dust in minutes. Your own skin ages faster under it too, though thankfully not fast enough to kill you outright. Just fast enough to remind you that the sky itself is hostile. So you're constantly checking a radar, sprinting for shelter, and praying the delivery you've been carrying for 6 hours doesn't turn into worthless rot the second a cloud rolls in. Unlike Sam, you don't have access to the best gear first. So early on, you're improvising with whatever your contract pays out, patching together tarps and busted ponchos, hoping it's enough. But the real horror isn't the terrain, it's the things you can't see. BTs, or beach things, are what's left of the dead who got tangled in the barrier between this world and the next. They're invisible to the naked eye, and if you actually see one clearly, it usually means you're already caught. You carry an Audrodeck scanner, a little handheld device that clicks faster the closer you get to one, and that clicking becomes the most terrifying sound in your life. You hold your breath. You move in slow motion. You watch handprints appear on your jacket where invisible fingers just grazed you. If a BT actually catches you, it doesn't just kill you. It drags you into a void out, an explosion violent enough to leave a crater where an entire town used to be. And you have none of Sam's tricks. No baby that senses them early. No special blood that repels them. Just your own nerves and the horrifying knowledge that if this goes wrong, there won't be a body left to bury. The worst part is you never know when it's coming. You could walk the same valley 20 times and feel nothing. And on the 21st, the rain shifts, the wind stops, and suddenly the whole world goes quiet in a way that feels wrong in your bones before the scanner even starts clicking. You freeze mid-step, one boot hovering over a puddle, not breathing, watching black tar bubble up from the ground a few feet away. You don't get to be brave out here. Bravery is for people with backup plans. All you've got is stillness and hoping whatever's tethered to this patch of ground didn't notice you yet. If the invisible dead weren't enough, the living are just as dangerous and somehow more insulting about it. Mules are former porters who lost themselves to the job, obsessed with cargo to the point of madness, and they'll happily beat you unconscious in the mud just to steal what you're carrying, even if it's someone's medicine or a child's birthday present. Some settlements are surrounded by their camps, and there's no way around them, only through. And you are not built for through. You don't have combat training. You don't have a weapon that isn't improvised out of whatever was lying around. Getting jumped by 3 mules at once usually means losing everything you spent days hauling, plus a few days of your life spent unconscious in the rain while your cargo gets ransacked and picked apart for scrap. Terrorists are worse still, armed and willing to kill outright. And the difference between surviving an encounter and becoming another disappearance report often comes down to nothing more than which direction the wind was blowing, or whether you happened to duck behind the right rock at the right second. And here's the part nobody warns you about when you sign the contract. None of this ever really gets easier. Sam gets better gear the more the story pushes him forward, gets stronger connections, gets people who owe him favors. You get whatever's left over after the more important deliveries are handled. You patch your boots with tape. You ration your stamina supplements because command decided your route wasn't a priority this month. You do the same job as the man saving the world, with none of the tools, and somehow the expectation is still that you show up on time. Eventually, it catches up to you. Maybe it's a delivery through BT territory during a storm, cargo that can't get wet, terrain that won't let you run. Maybe your scanner clicks too fast, or a mule patrol spots you before you spot them. You do everything right, and it still isn't enough because unlike the man this entire story is actually about, you were never guaranteed to make it. There's no Timefall miracle waiting for you. No last-second rescue drop. Just a bad call, a stumble, and cargo scattered across ground that used to be someone's front yard. Command doesn't send anyone to look for you. Why would they? You're one porter among thousands doing the exact same job in the exact same rain, carrying somebody else's insulin or somebody else's letters. The whole country is being stitched back together one delivery at a time, and they'll say it was worth it. That reconnecting America mattered. That every package delivered brought 2 isolated people back into something like a society again. And maybe that's even true. But it wasn't you they were talking about when they said it. It was never going to be you. You were just the guy who got there. Or, on a bad enough day, the guy who didn't.